that, my friend, that was the night when I realized I wasn't building freedom. I was just building a prettier version of a 9-to-5 job. And that night marked the beginning of my shift. From being in the business to becoming a real master of network marketing. Let me tell you a story. There was a time in my career when I thought I was doing everything right in my network marketing business. I was showing up every day, doing all the calls, making all the presentations, onboarding every single new recruit personally. I was grinding, hustling non-stop. I also was really exhausted. And it was actually one night when it really hit me. It was late and I had just wrapped up a team Zoom call, followed by 3 back-to-back coaching sessions. And I sat there, the laptop screen glowing in my face, and I asked myself just one simple question. What would happen if I stopped tomorrow? What would happen to all of this, to my team, to my network marketing business? And the answer was shocking. Because it would stop. It would decline. Maybe it would even everything fall apart. Because the truth was, I was the business. I was the center of everything. I thought being busy meant being successful. That was my thinking. That was my strategy. If I wasn't doing all the calls, or at least 10 calls a day, fixing everything, jumping in to save every little situation, that was what I felt, or what I meant was being successful. If I didn't do all of this, I didn't feel like I was leading. But here is what I realized. Every time I solved a problem for my team, I taught them something very important. I taught them that I was the solution, not the system, not the tools, me. And I remember onboarding a distributor called Lisa in here. She was bright, excited, full of energy. And I spent a lot of hours with her in the first week, calls, messaging, doing all the training. And she really had an amazing start. So she took off really great. And she kept working. But months later, she brought in her 10th or 15th, I can't remember, distributor. And what I could see was that she still didn't know how to train them. Because she never learned how to use the system. So she only learned how to use me. That's when I realized, if your team can't grow without you, it will never grow. So let me tell you about one of my most favorite memories. I was on stage at an event and I asked the audience, who here in the room thinks they can make a better burger than McDonald's? Better in design, better in taste, more healthy, maybe even cheaper. And almost every hand went up. But then I asked, so why is McDonald's a multi-billion-dollar empire and you're not? If you're making the better burger than McDonald's. And suddenly the room went quiet. It took quite a while. But then finally somebody shouted, because they have a system. And that's the right answer. McDonald's doesn't sell the best burger in the world, but they do sell the most consistent one. McDonald's has an outstanding system on how to sell an average burger. They built a machine, a simple, duplicatable, reliable machine on producing and selling burgers. And that's what a professional in network marketing does. You stop being the chef and you start being the architect of the kitchen. You build the process, you plug people into it, and you get out of the way. And here's a little secret. Your next superstar, they're probably buried 3 levels down, deep down in your team, in your organization. Quietly, they're showing up to calls, learning in the background consistent, coachable, ready. How to find them? I call that process deep sea fishing, the deep sea fishing method. I learned this through my own experience because one of my early team members, Martin, wasn't very active. I almost wrote him off. But one day, I decided to take a look at this organization. And that was the moment when I met Andrea. Let's call her Andrea here. And she was a firecracker. Now, she was motivated, focused, and leading already. So what I did was I started mentoring her directly. And within months, she was duplicating faster than everyone else I have ever worked with. That's when I understood that the real magic happens in the depth, not in the width. Challenges happened. Delays, refund issues, negativity, people dropping out. And back in the days, I used to panic. Until I heard one phrase that changed everything for me. You want to hear it? It was, no problem. It came from a mentor. Every time I brought him bad news, he would just say, no problem, let's handle it. No problem, I'll take care about it. No problem, we'll fix it. And he always did. That phrase became my anchor. And now when something happens, I take a breath and say, no problem, and start looking for a solution. Because here's the truth. Your team follows your energy. And if you panic, they will panic. But if you stay calm, they stay calm and they can grow in confidence. And that's what professionals do. Once I stopped trying to do everything by myself, I realized that I needed a system that could work with or without me. And we built it with the company. We built a simple recruiting flow. We were building a structured onboarding plan. And we implemented a system, a structure on regular events, online and offline. We had a leadership path and a rhythm that could take people from the beginning throughout the whole journey. But the most powerful shift we made was that we created a culture where the system was king, always. You know, new people, started people, at that point they didn't ask, what should I do? They said, got it, what's next? Because the system was so powerful and the system was always king, not the individual. So we weren't just building a business. What we did was we were building real momentum. And if I had to sum up everything that I have learned about leadership through my last 10 years, it's this. Be the leader you wish you had. That means showing up when no one else does. It means also absorbing all the blame and giving away all the credit to your team. It means listening before judging. And I want to tell you a story because I will never forget the time when two of my rising stars disagreed on a strategy. And my old me would have taken a side. But what I did was I brought them together and we saw both sides. And we built the new path together that was possible to walk for both of them. That moment didn't just resolve the conflict, it built a stronger team. Because we learned strategies that even if we disagree, we can go forward. And this is where real leadership happens. And here is one truth I want to leave you with. Becoming a master isn't about titles or flashy checks. It's about building something that lasts. It's about creating a business that thrives, even when you're not in the room. So, if you're ready to make that shift, here is what I want you to do next. Take a moment to reflect. Are you doing everything yourself? Ask yourself this question. Second is identify. Identify one place where you can lean on the company system in a better way you're doing right now. And third, reach out. Use the deep sea fishing method. Reach out to someone in your team with leadership potential and then mentor them. And finally, that's the most important one, drop a comment below in the comment section. What was your biggest takeaway from this video? Like this video if it helped you, and subscribe if you're ready to take your network marketing business to the next level. Because this is just the professional stage and there's much more to come. So welcome, and let's build something that lasts. See you, take care, bye bye.